Hey, I know it's been a while to upload something to this channel, and I hope I still got it. I still know how to do things around here, but rest assured, I am back and I want to continue and pick up again with the creation of videos here. Now, first up, maybe a quick story about what happened and why I did not upload, and then I'm gonna jump into what I am going to be doing now, because there's a really interesting time right ahead for the next 4 weeks. Now, first up, I went to Spain at the end of May and throughout June, and my plan wasn't to stop uploading at all. I actually had plans to create multiple videos throughout that time frame about different pieces of equipment and of course also about the experience. However, there were a couple of things coming in between that. Now, in the beginning, when we went to Spain, Nicole had her yoga retreat there, and I was kind of like co-hosting it and helping with everything around. And I thought I would get more work done. What also happened is that I got stung by tons and tons of mosquitoes or something of the sort, and that aggravated my skin quite a lot. And that in turn sparked a whole series of events of something that is in my own language is Neurodermatitis, and I think in English it's something called eczema. And it's basically when I have my hands or my skin opening up a little bit. Now, I feel extremely self-conscious when I have those things going on, especially if I have to also create videos. Now, with people in my life, I think I can't really change those kind of aspects. I can't really change how I look in this moment. They will have to deal with how I look right now. But with the creation of videos, I really struggle to do that when something like that is going on. Something that I personally know and also want to be something that is not permanent. So usually I know things go back, like right now. My hands are pretty much back to normal and they are looking good. But I can also insert a couple of photos here of how my hands looked like. And of course, sometimes it also opens my eye a little bit. So I will have some shots here so I can share this with you, more of a, reverse perspective or something, because I wasn't really wanting or willing to sit in front of the camera at the time when all of this was going on. So that kind of like put a wedge into my ability to film, but it also put a wedge into my ability to even get any sort of really serious work done, because when my hands are that open, I can't really, or I don't want to touch any tech. I really have to take care of my hands, cream them and all of those things. So I then hate to touch any technology because of the slipperiness or the fat on my hands, basically. So that is also coming into this whole mix. Now, I considered if I want to talk about this when it was happening, and again, self-consciousness and all of those things took the better of me and I didn't really have the guts to do it. But that's also kind of like why I want to still include it here, because it's part of my journey, it's part of who I am. And in terms of like learning or better learning to take the camera with me, this may be something that I still have to work on. But now, obviously, my hands are back to almost normal, and usually they are not opening up again. And I hope that all of the rest that is still there will also be gone within a week or two. And now it is much more interesting to look at where I am at now and where I want to go with this channel or with the videos that I'm going to make in the next few weeks. And of course, also what I'm going to do in the next few weeks, because there's a special opportunity for me, because right now I'm actually completely by myself in this apartment. Nicole is actually not here until the end of August. So I'm basically home alone for 4 weeks. And that gives me a very special opportunity to kind of like go back inward into a mode of rediscovering myself, my productivity, my goals, and my perspective without having a constant partner by my side. Now, don't get me wrong, having Nicole in my life and living together is great. However, it sometimes goes into this mode where you are kind of like in a normal rut. You are that person that the other person is living with. And I find that I sometimes feel like it's a struggle to develop new aspects of myself while I am in a relationship like that. and I can't really, or I feel like it's much harder to step out of that, change the routines, and rediscover how I want to do certain aspects of my life. And of course, you also have those routines that are kind of like just built in, and they take time. Now, when I'm by myself, I can do my whole day however I like to do. And that is exactly what I'm going to do for the next 4 weeks. And I'm actually going to actively kind of like try not to have external commitments and just simply focus on myself. Because my goals for this month are really, really big, because we have so much going on right now, and I have so many tasks that I'm going to do with our business in terms of like Nicole, the Niyama Academy that we have, with the videos that are on her channel, with my channel, with Amazon, for example. I'm also working on some things there. And of course, also a big secret project that I'm currently working on next to all of this. Now, when I get a chance to actually be by myself, sometimes I can feel like just going onto the couch, relaxing and not doing anything, because there's absolutely nobody here that could judge me. I am the only person in this apartment. Why not just stay right there, watch a couple movies every day, maybe binge watch a series and eat all the bad things that I can find? Now, to be honest, I kind of did that right in the beginning. After Nicole left, I was just myself for the first half day or so, and I was just doing whatever I wanted. However, that goes boring rather quickly, and I'm actually glad that it does, because if it wouldn't, I probably wouldn't get anything done in the next 4 weeks. However, since I have extremely ambitious goals, and I want to reach a new level in my business and in my life during this time, that's where I kind of like want to go back in and draw from that inspiration to actually change things up and become a new and better version of myself, build the business, do things there. And that is actually what I'm going to also be talking about in the coming videos. Now, I've covered things like this in the past before. However, I feel like I was always kind of holding back in some way or another. And I want to now kind of like step out of that comfort zone and start bringing you on this journey a little bit more than I might have done in the past. Of course, I'm also going to do some of the tech videos that I've done in the past, because all of those things are still very much interesting to me. And I have a bunch of them lying around that are just screaming to be covered in the near future. I also have some self-development projects going on, like for example testing some blue light blocking glasses that are supposed to help you wind down in the evening and have better sleep. So that's also something that is coming. But one of the main aspects of the whole thing is really talking about vision building and also doing the vision building, and also kind of like finding and figuring out ways how I could find more focus or stay more focused and do the deep work that I want to be doing for my business to grow, and for this channel to grow, for potentially the Amazon affiliate income to grow, as well as the Niyama Academy, the yoga business that Nicole and I are running online, to also grow that to essentially be something that completely sustains our life to a degree that we would like. And this is also something that I'm trying to kind of like establish or build in myself, the ability to kind of like talk about ambitious goals, ambitious income goals, and also the growth that you want to have around that. This is a huge challenge to myself to build the business, but also to actually be transparent and also talk about the desire to make money. This is something that feels like it's incredibly, I don't know, it's really ingrained in me that this is a topic that is either not supposed to be talked about, or if you talk about it, you are going to get criticized for it. However, the truth of the matter is, we are running a business, we are running multiple different aspects that are considered maybe different businesses, but overall it's just the work that we do. And we have goals to actually, at the end of the day, live a extremely comfortable life with a huge income. Now, the freedom that comes with running your own business, being location independent, and all of those things is incredible in itself. However, for myself, for example, I've been living on a really, really low budget for a couple of years now because basically I reinvest pretty much everything that I earn back into the business. And I have been focusing on building a certain aspect of my business or a certain freedom in my business in terms of like being able to travel whenever I want and all of those things. However, what I've not necessarily focused all too much, or I was kind of like blocked to access, is actually also growing simply the amount of money that the business is generating so that I can then also comfortably make those decisions and go on those trips, because that is something that I've been absolutely lacking over the last few years, that I was kind of like stuck in this mode of reinvesting into equipment that I desired for the business and also just being able to do all of that, lowering the different types of work that I do and focusing in on the ones that I actually want to be doing that are location independent. Ideally, they're asynchronous or time independent so that I can do the work whenever I want. I can take time off whenever I want. Those were much more important to me over the past, but I also have a feeling that just simply making more money was also a limiting belief factor. So I was just simply limiting myself in the potential that I was able to receive because I had these thoughts that either if I make more money, I have to give it all away, or it's unfair, or I'm not deserving of more income because whatever I'm doing is not valuable enough. Now, all of these things are mashed into this process that I'm now undergoing, the building of a new vision, the putting up of images in terms of like the vision that I want to live, the place I want to live, the lifestyle, the decisions that I want to be able to make, the equipment that I want to be able to own, and all of those kind of like go into the process that I'm currently going through whilst I'm also obviously also getting work done. Now, I wonder how you think about these types of things. How do you think about making more money? How do you think about running your own business? And have you ever experienced a vision building, vision boarding process, and how has that looked for you? Now, I'm going to try to cover these things in the coming weeks. I will take you on this journey as I am moving through and as I am figuring things out. And of course, also as I do my daily routine, or I'm developing a daily routine and those kinds of things. Now, if you have any questions or comments around these things, of course, you can leave those in the comment section down below. And now, of course, if this sounds interesting to you, hit that subscribe button. Let's see where I can go, how I can bring all of this together and develop myself into a new version. And maybe you go on that journey together with me. And now with all of that said, let's get this, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.